Hi everyone, it's Kai. Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to a brand new speed build video. In today's video, we are going to be building an overgrown themed Tartosa villa in the world of Tartosa, of course, which is the world that came with the My Wedding Stories pack. It is a wonderful pack and it comes with a world that is very, very beautiful. I do recommend it in terms of like building stuff if you are leaning towards that. But in terms of gameplay, I'm pretty sure there are a lot of like other stuff that needs to be fixed. If I'm not mistaken, I read throughout the whole Twitterverse of The Sims and stuff like that that this pack contains a lot of like bugs or glitches. But I do recommend it if you are looking to buy it for building houses and villas. It is a pretty awesome pack in terms of that. But anyways, today is a villa that is only consisting of 2 bedrooms. One is a master bedroom, the other one is a single bedroom, and this is a villa that I imagine that a small family owns maybe. I think this is put as residential, but you can easily turn it into a rental lot if you wish. You can also bring your Sims of 3, come to Tartosa to have like a getaway and stay at this overgrown themed villa if you want to. But I really like the outcome, although it looks a bit like jungle-y, but I think it is a pretty good build in my opinion. But if you guys like this build, let me know in the comments, and if you don't, then that's fine too. But if you want to let me know that you don't like this build, then yeah, feel free to do so. I do accept any criticism because I think it is a major contribution to improve more in terms of building. But anyways, this build, like I said, consists of 2 bedrooms. One of them is a master bedroom, the other one is a single bedroom, and it was a pretty easy floor plan to work out with. I referred to Pinterest to have the idea of how I wanted it to look like, and also the concept. So from that Pinterest post that I referred to, it is basically like an open air villa. It has some open windows, like I use some arches to mimic them, and I also use the tool mod to kind of place like doors that look like shutters. I learned this from one of my friends who is Sunny Simsy. She did this in one of her builds, and I thought that it was a pretty great idea, and it looks so amazing that I wanted to try it. And I also incorporated in this build. Like over here, I'm just adjusting the doors. I initially put them as slanted walls, and then I remove the walls and use a tool mod to kind of make it look like the doors are shutters that are placed like along the arch. But in terms of the landscaping and stuff, I honestly forgot like how I decorated it because I like built this build last week. Today is the 12th of June, so I think I built this like last week, which is like last maybe Wednesday or Sunday. I cannot remember because that weekend after that I spent it with my parents, so I was away from my PC and also The Sims, of course. So I kind of forgot like how I decorated the landscaping. But yeah, I am referring to it right now, and the landscaping I think was pretty fun for me because I had this concept that it should be overgrown, and it kind of looks like a jungle adventure build. If you know what I mean, the jungle adventure pack is the pack that you can explore. Selva Dorada, if I'm not mistaken, is the world, and like a lot of the builds that are coming with that world is basically jungle themed. So it kind of looks like that, in my opinion. But I really like the effect because, like I said, it should be an overgrown villa, and you know, a lot of bushes should be covering the whole premise and stuff like that. So I just tried my best with the decorating of the exterior, I guess. So I decided to put in some like veins or bushes that came with the jungle adventure pack to kind of make it look overgrown. And also I use a lot of debug landscaping objects that make it look more, I guess, covered in a way. But the color scheme of the house I decided to go for was kind of this muddy looking brick colors. And I also combined it with like the stucco on you wallpaper that came with the base game of The Sims. And I just decided to make it look like it's kind of worn down, but it's maintained well. By worn down, I mean in terms of the exterior, it looks like it's not maintained properly in terms of the bushes and also the veins crawling up against the walls. But on the inside, it just seems like a normal living place. So only on the exterior is looking like it's not properly maintained. But on the interior, it looks like a normal and comfortable house. But we're going to move on to the interior right now, and we are starting off with this living room over here, which ends up being pretty, I guess, rustic in a way. I decided to use the flooring that is from the Spooky Stuff pack. I wanted to use this type of flooring since I wanted to go for a vibe that it is a like worn down place, but it's taken care of in terms of the interior. So I decided to use the flooring that is from the Spooky Stuff bag because I really like the texture of it. It has like some splashes of like other colors in terms of the swatch. For example, over here I chose the flooring that is brown in color, but it also has some greenish and yellowish splashes in terms of the texture of it, so I decided to, incorporate it in this build. And for the living room over here in particular, I decided to use the couches that are from the Oasis kit, Courtyard Oasis, something like that. It is kind of this Arabic looking couches that I really like. I decided to also incorporate that type of vibe throughout the whole build, in which the decorations are kind of like Mediterranean looking. And I think Tartosa is also, there are some Mediterranean aspects to it. So I decided to just, go with the flow and also decorate it in terms of like around that sort of concept. But anyways, I also decided to add some clutter and decorations to the living room, although the space was kind of awkward for me to furnish because of the shape of it, I guess. But in the end, it worked out pretty well. At first, I also wanted to hide this fireplace with a bunch of walls, but I didn't end up doing so because it looked a bit weird. So I just decided to leave it as it is, with some spaces next to the fireplace. And this house also has like a couple of outdoor sitting areas, if I'm not mistaken, which I will be decorating it last. But over here is going to be the kitchen. Initially, I wanted to make this space the dining room, but I didn't end up doing so. I figured that the kitchen should have its own identity or room, so I decided to make it a covered kitchen with like the Jungle Adventure counters. I really like the counters that came with that Jungle Adventure pack, although I don't think it suits most of my builds or any type of builds, but I really like the vibe of it, so I decided to use it in here. I really like the pattern of it as well. It looks very rustic and very suitable for this build, so I decided to use the counters in this build. And I also used some ceiling lights that are from the Laundry Day stuff pack to make it look more rustic. I decided to use the tiling that is from the Jungle Adventure pack as well. I really like how it looks like. It looks very, very Spanish and Mediterranean. So I decided to use them and kind of incorporate the theme throughout the whole build. But overall, I think the kitchen is pretty good, although it's not so cluttered because I pictured that it was a rental home for my Sims to basically use this home as a getaway, so it doesn't have a lot of clutter and it doesn't look as much as lived in compared to like other houses that I've built. So it is pretty basic and it has the functionality of a rental home. So yeah, it is just a simple getaway home for the Sims to go here and enjoy Tartosa while they attend a relative's wedding or something like that. And then over here is going to be the dining room, which ends up really looking cute. I really like how it looks like. This house also has a hallway that I put in as a study room with a lot of like bookshelves. And we are moving on to the second floor of the house, which is pretty small. It has 2 bedrooms on the upper floor, but the bathroom, which is shared, is pretty big. I had like trouble like trying to decorate the bathroom in particular because of the space. I usually don't like decorating bathrooms as much as decorating like bedrooms and living rooms and stuff like that, because I think that bathrooms are pretty like, it's there just for convenience. It's not supposed to be like properly decorated. Although I kind of wish that I had the skills to properly decorate a bathroom to make it look like any other room. Yeah, but over here is going to be the master bedroom, which ends up being pretty basic. I decided to use the bed that is from the Jungle Adventure pack and just decorate it simply. And then over here is going to be the single bedroom, which belongs to a child or a teenager. It has the basic functionalities of a bedroom, but I decided to just plainly decorate it like how a children's bedroom should look like. So I just decided to add in some posters and some wall decorations for decoration purposes. But over here is the bathroom that I was talking about, which was pretty hassle for me to decorate, so I just decided to decorate it simply with the basic functionalities such as a shower, a sink, and a toilet. And then we are going to be moving on to decorating the exterior, which ends up being pretty basic as well. I decided to just decorate it with a picnic table and also a monkey bar and also a barbecuer. And I think this is my first time using that barbecuer type that looks Mediterranean. It doesn't look like the other barbecuers that come with the other packs. So I thought that that type of barbecuer suited the theme of this build, which is kind of like Mediterranean slash like islandish. And then over on this side of the porch, I decided to make it a like outdoor dining area, and then over on this side is just going to be a lounge area. And that concludes the end of the video. I really hope that you guys will like this build and video. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. If you want to download it on the gallery, you can do so under my ID, which is simmerkhai. You can check out the tray files in my description box down below. And I hope to talk to you guys in my next video. Bye!